Oh, the bird. Hello, everyone. I'm Avenella. I am preparing to run as an independent island-wide candidate in our next upcoming general elections, God's willing. Throughout the rest of this year, 2024, I am going to be doing some lives, one each in every district in our beautiful island. The aim is to share some gifts around this Christmas time, some gifts that each of our villages offer. And so I want to share those gifts. I also want to share some of the Avenella for Anguilla platform issues. And I want to talk about or make a statement about any national issue that may be current at the time. So I say to you, welcome to our first live in District 5. So District 5 to me is what I call the tri-village, meaning it's three villages in one. And if you were on before and you were seeing some of the beautiful scenery that's at sunset, almost sun isn't quite set yet, but it's beautiful up here. And so this tri-village is made up of North Hill, and we're here at the point, not all the way down, but you'll get to see a little bit more of it in a while. And it is made up of South Hill over there to my left, and then, of course, the beautiful sandy ground in the middle. Sandy ground, to me, I believe, is the smallest village in Anguilla, I believe. But to me, it's also the most important village in Anguilla. Now, no, 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 no. Hear me out. Here's why I say that. I say that because there are on three levels only. We have the economical, we have the social, and we have some historical significance for Sandy Ground that probably elevates it a little bit. All villages are great, of course. But for Sandy Ground, first of all, historically, when the British came into Anguilla, their first touchdown was in this bay. Logged in our historical records is the fact that he said, I see a hill on the north. This is the captain's logbook. I see a hill on the south, and there's a lake in between. We know today that lake is our salt pond. That salt pond historically has helped us to survive many, many centuries. It has helped our grandfathers, grandmothers to remain alive. Our salt has helped to bring in revenue for us from as near as Trinidad and as far as Canada. Some of the ballast rocks that we can see right down here from the Canadian ships that came down. When they would come down, they would need the weight, and they would have to come down with rocks. These rocks over here are not reefs. They're not real naturally made reefs, but these are the rocks that the Canadians would throw off of their boats so that they can take up our salt and other stuff from Anguilla. And so we have this heritage, continuing with the historical nature of Sandy Ground. It is from here that our grandfathers went to Santo Domingo to cut cane, and on their way back, our national sport, boat racing, was birthed. It was born. They would race back, and today we have something that is, like Anguilla, unique and beyond extraordinary, our boat racing heritage. Love it, love it, love it. And if you've never been to the point to watch a boat race, I'm sorry, South Hill. Watching boat race from the point is very beautiful, and I'm daring to say it's even probably the angle is a lot sweeter angle than on top of the hill. But hey, on top of the hill is fantastic as well. So historically, we have that, and our boat racing we know has been the bedrock of our social culture in Anguilla. Every August week, especially, this village makes Anguilla come alive in terms of boat racing heritage. In terms of economically, if you look at the pair here, Road Bay pair, at least 85% of our imports come through the pair. And we have this pair to thank for almost everything that we eat and bring in today. And so we are very thankful for this pier. Now, if you see this boat that's just sailing in, this one here, that's just sailing into our waters. This boat came from somewhere. It came from a port somewhere. And when it left that port, it decided that it would come to Anguilla. And so they had a vision. They put in some coordinates, something close to 18 degrees north, 63 degrees west. That boat and its captain and its team and its crew and all the passengers on board had a mission. They were coming to Anguilla. And the aptitude within them, they were looking forward to it, and they are now here. They are going to dock into our bay. My question today for us as Anguillians, not as political parties. My question for us as Anguillians, and I want us really to seriously ask ourselves this question: where are we going? Where are we going, Anguilla? Are we concerned about that? In 2,125, 2,225, where are we going to be? Does it matter to us? I'm not asking about, what your political party is going to do. I'm not asking none of those political questions. I'm asking a country question. Where are we going? And because we have no national vision, because we have no national mission, it seems like anywhere is okay. We throw up something and we elect political parties to go in for 5 years, and they throw up something in the air and we pray that it drops and lands like a cat with 9 lives on its legs. I think we as Anguillians have too much of a history and a heritage of strength and endurance to continue living like this. I think we have too much common sense, and I think we also have too much intellectual sense to continue to have a nation that's just que sera, sera. It seems as if we are building our country in a manner we don't even build houses nowadays. We are building our country without a plan, without a long-range plan. We are building our country like we're running blocks without batter boards, just in order so that we can say we did this and we did that and our political party did this. Aren't we as a country, as a whole, bigger than an individual unit of a party or a person or a name or getting your name on top of some award? It's sad that we are here. In 1967, one of the things we should have done, could have done, would have done was, project a plan for the next 50, 100 years. It wasn't done, but the question is, we are here now. And why can't we come up with a vision and a mission for Anguilla to go along with our strength and endurance motto? Well, it's going to call for work. Some people don't want to work. It's going to call for working together. And fewer people want to work together, which is sad. And our generations to come are going to pay for it. The generations back then, they suffered so much and they endured so much so that their Anguillian children and grandchildren can have a better life. And right now, it seems as if we're just concerned about us here and now. And once we eat, drink, live, and have a house to put on our heads in, we are okay. And that's not right. And we know it's not right. So I'm asking us as a people to determine and to push whatever buttons and to do whatever we need to do in order to get a vision and a mission. We already have a motto. With that vision and mission, this sunset is so beautiful. I have to let you see it. So I'm going to ask the cameraman to pan. But with our vision and mission and motto, what it will do is it will then, or we will then, cause all political parties will then have to present during election campaigns their plan for ensuring that the vision and the mission and the motto of Anguilla, that the people of Anguilla created and formed, that they are living up to, and that they will be the best producers of what our vision and mission entail. But right now we have anything goes. The people who own the government, we are the government. We are the bosses of the government, but we don't act like that sometimes. We act as if we are the tail being wagged. But if we, the people, can say our government in Anguilla, not party, anything like that, our government institution in Anguilla, our country will be run by a vision and a mission and a motto, which all political parties then have to line up with and produce and campaign to the people on these grounds that we will, these are the grounds by which we are going to ensure that our vision, mission, and motto are upheld by building this, by doing this, by doing this. And then we, the people, when we go to the polls, we know what we are voting on, so that when we are surprised by parties not keeping their word, then there's another election date that will be set, and we will decide what then. Currently, we have about 6 ministries in our government system in Anguilla, governmental system. We have over 40 departments under those 6 ministries. I am almost absolutely sure that every single ministry and every single department has a vision, mission, and motto. The government institution, the government the government that is elected, they ensure that each of these ministries and departments are run by such a framework. Does that seem kind of right to you? That the government can say to its lower levels, you must have a vision, mission, and motto. But the government in our country itself doesn't have one. Somehow that there doesn't seem right. My last place of employment was at the ALHCS, and I can tell you that since Irma, dealing with a shift system, dealing with COVID and everything else that you have to deal with in schools, the ALHCS has championed its vision, mission, and motto, and I can dare say that, especially the work that Mrs. Rita Celestine Carty did in ensuring that everything that we did lined up with our vision, mission, and motto, has kept the ALHCS not only alive, but in those last years, in the years since Irma to now, the ALHCS has succeeded not only in local levels, but on national levels as well. And its students continue to go abroad and do well internationally. So I'm saying to you, Anguilla, and I'm here in District 5 on this first live, and I'm saying we have to come to terms with ourselves, and let's face ourselves. Let's ask ourselves, where are we going? Our old people would say, and if we can pan again to the sunset, the ship that's not guided by its rudder, the rocks are going to pick it up. And the Bible says, and we know this one, without a vision, people perish. We're standing right now on this hill, the point, and my cousin, and I like to pay tribute to her, she passed away recently, and my mom, they would walk up the sides of this hill. There was a lot of land just below us, but there's no land now, it's sea. And they would come to the point almost every evening such as this, and they would light a light. Here, it was a beacon on this hill. As teenagers, as girls, that was their job. And that was a marker for when ships were coming in. Right now, Anguilla, that marker used to stop ships from hitting these rocks down here on the point. It would stop them from coming into the land and being a wreck. And that's what the vision and mission that we have that we could have would do for us. It would stop us as a country from going down the wrong path, from implementing policies, from establishing laws, building certain things that do not align with the vision and the mission of our island. So I'm asking you to reach out to your representative, reach out to everyone who is running in your district, and ask them, what's your vision? What is your take on having a national vision and mission? And where are we going in 100, 200 years? Ask each of them that. Because if a leader doesn't have a vision for the country they're leading or even the institution they're leading, then the question is, are they truly leaders? Miles Monroe says no. Leadership is not possible without a vision. So our country, you can basically say, is not being led. I'm hoping that that can change. And it's not for them to change it who are elected or in power. It's for us to change it. We are the ones who have the power. And I just want to speak to one of the national matters that are current right now. Right now we have the decriminalization of marijuana down to, I believe, 10 grams. My concern is that we have our young adult population that has such great potential. And with such a policy, it seems as if permission is granted for, you can use 10 grams and then go and get another 10 grams and then go and get another 10 grams and then go and get another 10 grams, just as long as you do not get caught with no more than 10 grams. And one of the main reasons is, well, all the other countries are doing it. And my concern about that is, as we used to say when we were going to school, well, if everybody is jumping off of a cliff, are you going to go and jump off too? If everybody's pushing their young adult population over into something that is hurtful and harmful, should we in Anguilla do that too? And again, this is where our vision, mission, and motto comes in. We as a people are looking out for ourselves to protect our people. And this island framework, strategic framework of establishing an island that is focused, determined, and selfless about its current integrity, current strength, and its future endurance. I believe that our vision and mission and motto can no longer fall on deaf ears. We do have a motto, great, but we can't just ignore it anymore, Anguilla. We can't. So I'm encouraging you to ask your representatives, ask those campaigning for elections, ask political leaders, and let's get a step forward in moving our country forward as well. So I want to thank you for taking your time to tune into this live here in District 5. It's the first live that I'm doing. I'll do 6 more throughout the rest of this year, God's willing. And I believe District 5, here is where I was born in Sandy Ground. District 5 is a beautiful tri-village. And I want to thank you for joining me. And next time, maybe this week or next week, we'll see when the next live will show up and from what district I'll be coming from. So thank you again, and thank you, District 5, for having us, and see you at the polls. Vote Avenella for Anguilla. Thank you.